What's poppin', guys? It's your boy One Shall Stand 1986, and I haven't said that on camera in like 4 years now. Today we'll be talking about this guy, '07 Deluxe Class Dropkick. I'm very excited to get into this. This guy's a beauty. So here we have 2007 Deluxe Class Dropkick, and this guy is great. This is an awesome figure. This is in my opinion, this is like one of the defining figures of the '07 line, just because it wasn't in the movie at all. It's a game figure. I believe he's one of the Decepticon drone. But I feel like he symbolizes everything that went well with the movie line. You know, great engineering. He works really well. He looks really great. And he's an original design. He was not in the movie at all. And that's what made the '07 line really special for me. That and the Revenge of the Fallen line was the non-movie characters, I think, stood out more than the actual movie characters. And Dropkick is, like I said, he's like, in my opinion, the pinnacle of that. A lot of people remember this figure as being a banger. This is a great alt mode, by the way. I don't know if it's supposed to be a real truck, but it's sick. It looks great. He has I don't forget what this part's called, but I think a liftgate? I don't know. You know, my dad owns a pickup truck too. I should know this. But the painted silver wheels are nice. On the other pin and all that. Clear windows, clear headlights. This is awesome. This is like, dude, this is, I know they're supposed to be robots in disguise, but this is genuinely one of the coolest, like, decos for a figure I've seen in a minute, just because this part's here. Like, this is so cool to me. He has an accessory. It's the back part, the top of the truck. One thing I really, really, really adore is that he has a detailed interior. You know, some figures don't do that. I'm honestly not a fan of accessories that integrate into robot modes. Excuse me, alt modes, just because if you lose it, you lose a part of the alt mode. Like, for instance, Studio Series Sideswipe. If you don't have his blades, the car doesn't have doors, you know. But this is really sick. The fact that they did all this, so, you know, if I toss that to the side, it's still a functional pickup truck. You know, and this even works better without it, you know. This used to be spring-loaded, actually. I bought a used copy, so obviously it's a used copy. But yeah, let's get into some size comparisons. I hope you guys like the background, by the way. I've been rereading the Skybound series. It's been awesome. It's been a banger. I thought, you know, let me switch it up a little bit for the background. Let me know if you prefer this crap or if you want, like, just the poster, like I used to, the all black, you know. So here he is with some fellow '07 figures. You can see they scale pretty well, I think. This would be a lot smaller in real life. I think this would too, but as figures, I know, they look pretty cool. Here he is with some modern Studio Series figures. This is, wow. All right. You know, I'm going to leave that in. Fuck it. Rise of the Beast Bumblebee, Dino, and then that's our boy in the middle. He is giant. He is massive compared to these guys. I know these figures are small and all, but it's very funny. I'm not going to do the transformation on camera because this is a 2007 figure, and you could find anybody. Go look up the Optibotimus video. But one thing I think is cool is that, bro. I love this. I love this so much. '07 had some really cool gimmicks. Dude, you will never see this again, bro, on a movie figure. Never. You will never see him do this again. So, here's the man of the hour in all his glory, and honestly, this is an amazing robot mode to me. I think this, dude, he looks so cool. He has such great presence. Let me tap that back in. He moves pretty decently, you know, as well as expected for an '07 figure, but this design, in my opinion, is so cool, dude. These little spikes. I actually, you know, one thing, I don't really know what to do with these spikes. I see them like this sometimes. I see them back. So I guess just do what you please. But I like to leave him like this. He's great. He has 5mm ports for accessory, which we'll talk about later. I'm a really big fan of these molded in guns he has. There we go. On his hands. I didn't realize they were guns as a kid, by the way. I thought they were just, you know, when I was younger, when I was real young, I thought they were his fingers, bro. And then I realized he has a fist here when I got older. But this is cool. I have a little paint rub on here and his cock because, like I said, it's an old figure. I got it used, whatever. But the gray is holding up pretty nicely. It doesn't seem to be yellowing that badly. You can kind of see it in the light on this, but I feel like this alt mode uses the... You know, I keep mixing up robot and alt mode for this review. I don't know why. I feel like this robot mode uses the car parts really, really well. Like the back here. This entire backpack, I think, is a great use of the car parts. The bumper on his arms. You know, the wheel at the joint of this leg, I think is great. These I'm supposed to flip up, and I didn't. Great, great, great. I love this design, man. This is such a cool design. Let's, should we talk about the accessory, or should we talk about the articulation? Let's talk about the accessory. His accessory is the back of his pickup truck, like I mentioned. Before I get into it, I want to show you guys. Look how much molded in detailing there is here, bro. Like, this was completely unnecessary. There was no reason to, you know, do up the whole bottom of this, but they did. And that's why I feel like a lot of these movie figures are so special, these older movie figures. The gimmick is that you press this up and bam, oh my god. You get a little claw and the knob turns, if I can turn it, there we go. The knob can open it and close it, which is, you know, it's cool in theory, but let me tell you why I don't like this accessory, dude. You tab it into one of these peg holes in the bottom, and that's it. That's how, you know, that's how he uses it. I think he can dual wield it too. I'm not gonna try that on camera, I don't care enough. But it just looks silly, you know. It just looks silly. So I tend to just leave it to the side. So let's get into the articulation of this guy. So first, the head. Oh, we can do a 360 with the head. Nice. It rocks up and down on its ball joint, but this whole assembly here is just kind of loose, you know, so it doesn't really help as much. These go back and forth. Arms are on a, you know, since that opened, let me show you guys this. This was completely unnecessary, all this design, but they did it anyway. And like I said, that's what makes these figures so cool, man. We don't really see effort like that very often on modern figures anymore. So that's another appeal to these older guys, in my opinion. Shoulders on a ball joint, they will go all the way out like this. Can I straighten his arm out? This is as straight as it goes. So it'll go that much, and then it will go back, but it'll be hindered by the door. So if you move the door to the side, you can get about this much range. Not bad. Because of transformation, he has full, you know, full double elbows with not really a double elbow, but a really good elbow joint is what I mean. Hands don't move, the guns flip for, you know, robot mode. Legs will kick out this far, they'll kick back out this far, and his, did I forget anything before we go? Nope. The legs are funky because they're built like this, so they don't kick back anymore, but if you need them to, they'll go forward because of the transformation joint. This, you know, it can go up and down. All these joints here are because of transformation. So you can do this, you can do this. You can kind of fake an ankle rotation by using this transformation joint. It's pretty tight, but you can do it. See, this looks like a pretty decent ankle. And that is about it. There's no waist joint, no wrist swivel, none of that modern stuff because this is an old figure and none of that. But he's a really cool figure. Let me transform his pals and we'll do a size comparison really quickly. So here he is next to 07 Bumblebee, the old Camaro. I think this is a really nice scale. I like that a lot. Here he is with another 07 mold, Ramjet, just because I forgot that, you know, the Jazz that I used earlier for the comparison doesn't have a head, so whatever. This guy towers over that guy, and I think that's really dope. Here he is next to some modern Deluxes, and as expected, he completely towers over them. I mean, all three of these are Deluxes, you know. Obviously, though, I know there's reasons for them shrinking the figures, but still, it's something to think about. So that is about all I have to say for 07 Deluxe Dropkick, man. He is a really cool figure, a really nostalgic figure, and I'm glad I got him. I got him for a really good price too, because his price has been going up lately. I got him for about, I paid 29 bucks on Mercari, so I think that's honestly very fair, especially given the condition and all. You know, he has some paint rub here and here. He has that. I'm sorry, I'm transforming him, but he's really cool, man. If you stayed this far, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate anyone who even clicked the video. Like I said, I don't know if this will be a return to YouTube. I really don't think it will, just because, like I said, I'm starting school in August. I will be going to law school. You know, I will not have, I don't know if this was to latch in anywhere, by the way, but whatever. I'm just kind of chalk it up to quality. That's irritating, but it's an old figure, like I said. Like I said, I'll be starting law school, so I definitely won't be able to make videos come August of this year. But in the meantime, I will if you guys like this, this video, I'll try to, make some more. Honestly, I might just make some more in general just because. Like I said, I have another 3-pack coming in next week, so that's another video I can do. And I might be ordering some figures pretty soon from Transformer Land, so, that might be a video to make. But, yeah, he's in alt mode, so I'm done talking. But, again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for clicking the video. Thank you for, just being the support. I appreciate you guys. It's been 4 years since I did a video, so it's been pretty fun coming back to it. So in the comments, let me know what you think. Let me know if you had this dude, if you don't. If you have any cool memories about him as a kid, because I have a couple cool memories about him as a kid. He was my brother's first Transformer. Him and I got our first Transformer the same day. It was, I forget what time of year it was. I think it was cold outside though. But I got 07 Brawl, the Deluxe, and he got this. So he got the cooler figure for sure. But war tanks are war tanks, so whatever. Anyways, guys, it's been your boy. As always, follow me on Instagram. None of my other socials really matter anymore because I don't use them. So just follow me on Instagram, guys. Same username as my YouTube. Anyways, thank you guys. Peace out.